Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL rumors swirling around the NFC, you know something significant might be brewing that could reshape the landscape of our division and ultimately the NFC as a whole. And no, I'm not talking about some minor trade or a backup signing. This could be a game changer, particularly for the Green Bay Packers, who are always looking for ways to elevate their roster and push towards another Super Bowl appearance. The buzz is all about a potential blockbuster trade involving Lane Johnson, the veteran tackle from the Philadelphia Eagles. Speculation, fueled by insights from Diana Rossini, suggests that the Eagles might be open to trading Lane Johnson, one of the most reliable and experienced offensive linemen in the league, in exchange for a couple of draft picks, a second-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027. Now, that might seem like a lot for a tackle approaching 34, but remember, Johnson isn't just any lineman. He's a cornerstone for the Eagles' offensive line, a leader, and someone who can stabilize the pocket in a way few can. This move could be driven by the Eagles' current focus on rebuilding their offensive line, especially after dealing with injuries that have hampered their depth, and also by their need to free up cap space. The Eagles are currently sitting at a 7-2 record, but their defense, particularly the secondary, has been leaking points, allowing an average of over 21 points per game. They're prioritizing their secondary, especially with Jalen Hurts' extension looming, which is expected to be around $255 million. That financial commitment is pushing the Eagles to make some tough decisions, including freeing up cap space by trading veterans like Johnson. But for the Packers, this is an opportunity knocking loudly. Green Bay, sitting at 5-3-1, has been dealing with offensive line struggles, especially with their injuries. Tom, their starting tackle, has been out 3 games with a shoulder injury, and Jenkins has missed 2 games due to an ankle issue. Adding Johnson to this mix would be a massive boost. His profile, well, he's a 9-game starter in 2025 with a PFF grade of 92. And he's a proven run blocker with an 84% win rate. He's allowed just 6 pressures this season and has only given up 15 sacks in his entire career over 180 games, earning 5 Pro Bowl selections along the way. Johnson's footwork is top-notch, with a 95% efficiency rating, and he's been virtually injury-free this season, which is huge considering his durability over the years. If the Packers manage to bring Johnson aboard, the impact on their offense could be significant. Imagine giving Jordan Love more time in the pocket. His EPA per pass is already solid at plus 0.18, but with Johnson anchoring that line, that number could improve even further. Johnson's presence would stabilize the offensive line, allowing Green Bay to unleash a more balanced attack. The team could see a boost of around 450 rushing yards, which would lift their ground game from roughly 130 yards per game to over 170. That's a huge shift, especially considering how much Green Bay has relied on the run to set up the pass. Furthermore, the improved pass protection would lead to a decrease in sacks for Love, possibly cutting them from 20 down to around 10, giving him more time to make plays downfield. That's critical because Love's EPA per pass is already promising, but with better protection, his ability to find open receivers and extend plays will only grow. This upgrade could also positively influence the third down conversion rate, which currently hovers around 47.8%. With Johnson's expertise, that conversion rate could jump to over 62%, giving Green Bay more sustained drives and better scoring opportunities. And let's not forget about the defense, though it's been solid, scoring an average of 19. 6 points per game allowed, the offense's improved efficiency will help keep them fresh and on the field longer. With the offense moving more effectively and controlling the clock, the defense can relax a bit, reducing their workload and minimizing the risk of fatigue late in games. The overall team performance would see a boost, with the Packers' points per game climbing from 23.7 to upwards of 28, making them even more dangerous late in the season. Now, talking about the bigger picture, this move would not only strengthen the offensive line, but could also be a strategic shift that puts Green Bay in a much more competitive position for the playoffs. The Super Bowl odds would see a noticeable improvement, with betting lines shifting from +2.0 to +900. Lane Johnson, with his playoff experience and leadership, could be the X factor that pushes the Packers over the top, especially when considering how the Eagles' OL boosted their EPA in 2021 by around 10%. That kind of impact in the playoffs could be monumental, especially as Green Bay looks to capitalize on their strong NFC positioning. Of course, there are some considerations. The Packers would need to decide if giving up a future second-round pick is worth the immediate upgrade, but if Johnson's proven track record continues, it's a move that could pay dividends for years to come. Plus, this trade would send a message across the league that Green Bay is serious about contending now and in the future, investing in a veteran who can be a cornerstone for the offensive line for seasons to come. It's reminiscent of the kind of moves they've made in the past, going all in to build a dominant front, which has historically been a key to championship success. In the grand scheme, this potential trade is about more than just adding a player. It's about reshaping the identity of the team. The Packers have always valued a strong offensive line, and bringing in a player like Johnson aligns with their long-term vision of being a championship-caliber team that can compete deep into the playoffs. It echoes their past investments in tackles and their commitment to protecting their quarterback and establishing a ground game that can wear down opponents. So if this deal goes down, it could mark a turning point not only for the Packers' current season, but for their future trajectory. It's a bold move, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to take risks to reach the ultimate prize. And with the right pieces around Love, especially a veteran like Johnson, Green Bay could be setting themselves up for a serious Super Bowl run, perhaps even more formidable than in recent years. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think acquiring Lane Johnson would be the move that pushes us over the edge? Or is it too risky given the draft capital involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.